The most read Prince Edward Islander, the home where Lucy Maud Montgomery boarded for a time in Lower Bedeque, is being lovingly restored by a group of the author's fans. The home is also where the famous writer met the man who she says in her journals was the love of her life. July Edgecombe purchased the Cornelius Leard home in October of 2015 with help from two partners. She is hoping to open the house in May. Plans for the house include a tea room, workshops, an artisan space in the renovated barn, even a chance to spend the night in the room where Lucy Maud Montgomery stayed in 1897. The CBC's Nancy Russell visited July Edgecombe and her partners at the Leard House in Lower Bedeque.
This is the room where Maud stayed. This will be set up with what we're thinking will be 3 twin beds. So ladies that are vacationing might be able to stay with a couple friends and sleep where Maud slept, which I think would be really a special experience if you've been a fan your whole life. I can't even imagine the thrill that would be. My name is July Edgecombe, and I am the owner of the Cornelius Leard House. I noticed the house was for sale online, and it just sparked my interest, and I really enjoy real estate, so I came to look at the house. I had really no idea what the history of it was, and after seeing it, I kind of was smitten. It was like I was under a little spell, and then I went and looked up the history, got the journals of Lucy Maud Montgomery, and did a lot of research, and I had to have the house. I had to.
For people who don't know the history of the Leard House, what is the connection to Lucy Maud Montgomery?
When Lucy Maud was teaching, it was her last time teaching in her life over in the Lower Bedeque schoolhouse. Here at the Leard House is where she was boarding. And while boarding here, she was engaged to a man from up west in the Biddeford area. And she ended up taking a liking to the second to the eldest son in the Leard family, Herman. She never forgot Herman. Her entire life, he was, if you read her journals, he was the love of her life, no question. So it's quite a special place because it's likely where I feel she must have spent some very happy times, and she cherished those memories her whole life.
And why didn't they end up getting together?
Well, because of the way society was set up back then. He was beneath her. He was not of her social rank, so therefore he was not an acceptable mate.
And he died a year after she left.
He did. He got influenza, and he passed on, and she grieved.
Definitely a work in progress. Mm-hmm. What is your vision for the house?
I want this house to be filled with love and light and beauty. I want it to be a place where the community really feels they can come, they can learn things. We want to offer workshops, some free, to members of the community, to tourists, to fans. We want to be able to just basically honor Maud through everything that we do here.
And then this way this is the first seating area, and you can see it's really lovely and bright. The sun pours in through the windows. I'm Abby Totty, and I am going to be the runner, the manager, of Fable tea rooms and events, and I named it Fable because of the link with storytelling and Maud's beautiful storytelling, and I thought that this house has such a story that it would be an appropriate name. I have been friends with July pretty much since I moved to the island, and we've talked on and off over that time about running a business together, and here I am. My previous experience in the UK, I used to run cafes at music festivals, and have done that for a number of years and have lots of experience and creative ideas.
You were aware of Lucy Maud Montgomery before you moved to PEI?
Yes, I was. I read all her books a number of years ago, and yeah, I love them. I think there's huge potential. The fact this house has never been open to the public as far as we're aware, I think the fans are going to love the opportunity to come and have a traditional high tea in the style that Maud would have had back in the day, and I think it's going to be really special. We want to offer it as an authentic experience, so perhaps we'll have Anne or Maud bedtime stories, depending on the group of people that we have staying. And I was thinking we could maybe have some dress-up clothes too, so people could dress up and feel like they were really here in the period costume that she would have worn.
My name is Courtney Gallant, and I am the Director of Communications as well as the organizer for the workshops. I also own an Island Hammock Company, and I had a shop down in Summerside at Spinnaker's Landing a few years ago.
What's your vision? It's going to be in the barn where the artisan area will be? Tell me about that.
Yes, that'll be in the barn. The upstairs, there's still quite a bit of work to do. We're going to have lots of tables set up. And as far as workshops go, we want to do everything from arts and crafts to lifestyle stuff, gardening. And honestly, as far as Lucy Maud goes, I'm falling in love with her as the time goes on. I admit that, being young here, sometimes we get flooded with Anne, and sometimes we close our eyes to it and kind of go away from it. But being part of this project and learning more and reading about her journal, she's such a fantastic woman, and I'm just really excited to be a part of it and share it with the community.
I think there's so much to offer here, and I want to be able to give Islanders this amazing gift. This was, her whole heart was here. And if we can do something for Islanders in honor of her, the place she loved, the people she loved, then that's awesome.
Nancy Russell speaking with the women behind the Leard House project. And you can see the house tonight on Compass at 6 o'clock and on our website at cbc.ca/PEI.